Winter in Japan. It can be brutal. Waking up in the morning, even with the heater on, is a reminder of how cold old Japanese houses get. Many people complain about the lack of insulation in Japanese houses, and rightly so. They are terribly insulated, or should I say, Japanese houses aren't insulated at all. The floor is an area that suffers from a considerable amount of heating and cooling efficiency loss in summer and winter months. Insulating the floor is an important upgrade to an old Japanese home. In this episode, I'll show you how I insulated my floor on the first level of my house. Let's get started. Welcome to my living room. Each of my projects usually start out this way. I have a room that I have managed to fill with building scraps and garbage. However, I tend to procrastinate because I find the mess overwhelming and I don't want to clean it. My latest project is to insulate the floor without raising it above the height of the kitchen floor. I absolutely hate cleaning. What am I gonna do with this mess? I wish I had a genie to help me like in the movies. I could just wish everything away. That might not be a bad idea. What if I found something ancient and old in this house, and if I rubbed it, maybe a genie would come out? Let me give it a try. If these look old enough, well, let's give it a rub. That actually worked?
I am the genie of Daiketa. I will grant you 2 wishes.
2 wishes? Why just 2?
It's my day off.
So look, I summoned you here because I want you to clean up this mess.
No chance.
I don't understand. Why not?
I'm not gonna do that for you. I hate cleaning.
Just my luck. A genie that doesn't like cleaning. Well, listen. I'm hungry, so how about a lunch date? What kind of genie are you? I decided to face the reality and clean up. I had opened the floor previously to install sewage and water pipes for the bathroom. I had laid down moisture barrier sheeting at that time. However, I kept slipping and falling into the holes, so I reinstalled most of the flooring back. The floor was only cut out where the pipes went. To insulate the entire floor, I must remove all the wood boards, trying to keep them intact for reuse. The idea is that I want to keep this old wood. If I would buy a whole new subfloor, the expense would be a little too much, I think, for this project. So I'm trying to recycle and keep as much material as possible and try not to waste. The job is simple. Pull the flooring out, install brackets to hold the foam insulation between the floor joists, and then put it all back together. Always easier doing it in your head than in person, as I will find out. This is the original flooring of the room, which the previous owner covered with carpet, without any moisture barrier or insulation underneath. You can imagine how nasty that carpet was with all the moisture coming up from the ground. I can't show you the carpet's condition because it was removed prior to the purchase of the house. Thankfully, it was removed for me. There are gaps in the wood, which let the cold breeze in during winter, making it very uncomfortable. I'm marking the boards to put them back in the correct order, so I don't waste time later reinstalling them. However, the nails holding down the wood boards don't come out easily, making the job labor-intensive. Pulling out the nails is another nightmare, if the nails pull out at all. Sometimes the head of the nail breaks off. The only thing left to do is hammer them down instead. A lot of effort is needed pulling the flooring out. To ease the process, I cut the planks in half with a circular saw, rather than pulling them out as one piece. Now the boards can be pulled out more easily. If I try to pull them out as one long piece, then the boards crack and break. The moisture sheet has been installed for some time now. You can see the moisture building up under it. These are the brackets I will use to install the insulation. They are 30 millimeters in length. They are the exact thickness of the insulation I will install. I will hammer the brackets into the joist and then place the insulation over them. This will hold the insulation in place and not allow them to fall down. You'll see. I'm using 30 millimeter pink foam insulation. I didn't see the need for anything thicker. First, you hammer the brackets into the joist. These brackets are not easy to use. They are short and small and constantly put my thumb in danger of the hammer. This job takes a lot of measuring and time as well. Did I mention an enormous amount of measuring and time? Next, with the insulation boards measured and cut, you can then push them onto the brackets. It looks easy, but don't be fooled. Half of the room is done. This job is more exhausting than I had anticipated. It's also taking much longer than I anticipated, like always. At this point, you're probably saying, what about the gaps in the foam? Surely the cold will come through those gaps. And you are correct, the gaps between the boards will need to be taped. That's why I bought this tape. This tape is for the gaps between the boards. It's a 100 millimeter wide airtight tape made for taping insulation gaps. This tape isn't the most expensive brand, but it isn't very cheap either. Each roll will cost you around 1,200 yen, and I ended up using 2 rolls for the living room. I had to keep telling my brain not to step onto the pink boards. It was hard applying the tape to the gaps without stepping on the foam insulation and falling through the floor. In some areas, the gap between the boards was a little bigger than I wanted. But cutting the foam perfectly was tough. Half of the job is now complete. It's time to put some of the flooring back before I fall through the foam boards by accident and ruin my whole job. It was still hard to figure out where each wood board went even though I marked them. Maybe I need a new marking system. One half of the work is complete. Now it's time to reinstall the old floor back on. I'm going to be using a bucket of old rusty nails to reinstall the flooring. Haha, I'm joking. I'll be using stainless steel screws to reinstall the flooring. And now that I'm just halfway done, and I just know how much effort it took to do that half. Come on, Ginny.
Huh. You're all done cleaning.
Come on, you eating my snacks now? Listen, I need your help. I really wish to have superpowers to lay down insulation much faster.
Finally, a wish. Fine.
The second half of the room was much easier to do with the help of the genie. These nails. These nails are killing me. Not a single nail pulled out with the boards. The nails just stay in place and stick out of the joist, creating a terrible foot hazard. Imagine stepping on a nail like this. The wood breaks and cracks around the nail, but the nail never ever pulls out. Where did they even get these nails from? Let me also complain about the brackets. The brackets I use are terrible as well. The brackets are difficult to hammer into the wood. I have to be very careful not to smash my thumb and end up with another broken finger. Sometimes the brackets don't install correctly, no matter what angle I hammer them in. I paid 7,000 yen for the bag of brackets and received 100 pieces. That's 70 yen per bracket. Honestly, it's not worth the price. You can find L-shaped brackets for the same price that you can screw in. That would make a much better choice. The rest of the insulation was installed, everything is taped and sealed, and the flooring was reinstalled after it was leveled. I'm excited to see the results of the insulation come next winter. I will report those findings, well, next winter. How can I harness this power forever? I got it. What if we were dating? Yeah, she would do anything for me. I figured out how to control the genie. That's it. All I have to do is say, I wish. I know what my last wish is going to be. Genie, I know what my last wish is going to be.
Oh, I remember what the best wish someone ever wished for was. It was truly amazing. Do you wish to know the best advice on what to wish for?
Yeah, what is it? Wait a minute.
It's be careful what you wish for.
Man, I screwed up my last wish, but at least I'm all done. What a difficult job this was. But my goal is for the living room to be the coziest room in the house. And as long as there are no spiders around, I'm pretty sure it's going to be just that. I look forward to enjoying this room the most. Where's your turban anyways? I thought all genies had turbans. It won't come off.
You want cookie?
Okay, you gotta be okay? How about a lunch date?
Go, you gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta be quiet, okay?
Go, go, go.
How about a lunch date?
Go, go, go.
Okay, but shh.
Just a moment. Shh.
Just one moment and then I'll give you a cookie,
And
okay?
Papa's gonna give you a cookie. Okay? Shh. Okay?
Okay, go.
Okay.
You want cookie?
Yeah, one moment, okay?
One moment.
Just wait 1 moment.
2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes.
How about a lunch date?
Mama, Papa, you want it?
Still recording, so.
Papa, I want cookie. You want cookie?
I moved it though. I moved it.
It's okay. I just framed you.
Okay.
Did you get that puzzle?
Anytime.
I'm gonna give you a cookie.
Puzzle, you can. My dad?
Yeah, eat your cookie.
Go, go,
Yes,
go,
ma'am.
go. You want to go?
Oh, you can go.
Yeah, you can go. I'm okay?
You go. Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh, why 2 wishes?
It's my off day.
It's my day off.
You want
Okay.
cookie?
So look
You
that way.
want cookie? You
Look
want
this way.
cookie? You want cookie? You want
And
cookie?
it's my day off.
Yeah.
Papa, I want cookie.
Okay, say please.
Please.
Okay, go over there, but you gotta be quiet, okay? Here you go.
Okay.